Hey there, wanted you to be aware of some changes that have been implemented. If you haven't kind of noticed already, they're very minor changes in the HECM tool. And what is upcoming soon in the next week or so, we're currently testing a few things. I'm going to share that with you in this quick video. So number one, when you log in to the HECM tool, you will notice that, let me make myself a little smaller here. You'll notice that when you log in, your first default selection is customers. Before, it used to be reports. So on customers, makes more sense to come into here, right? The other thing we've done is we've added a little bit of clarity when it comes to sorting. You can sort by, customer name. You can sort by age. You can sort by last report. So you'll notice I've got my last report here, April 17th. Maybe Joe Smith was my last client. It'll also default to who you most recently worked on. So when you come into the customers, again, lots of flexibility. Of course, the old standby, which is a way to search for someone, you could simply search on last name, first name, however you want to do it. So Tony, so there's Tony Tucson. So very simple way of navigating. Now, one of the things I wanted to share with you is many of you actually have expressed an interest in what is happening with regard to when people want to take a specific amount of money at closing. So if you have a line of credit and there's cash available at closing, and then maybe extra cash in a line of credit, we default to the maximum cash available at closing, assuming that the customer is going to want to take that money. Now, we understand that there's some limitations in that, and have experienced that firsthand. So we've got a lot of feedback from that and wanted to make this change. So what we did is we did make that change. It's currently in testing. You'll be able to edit the amount of cash that someone accesses at closing. So let's say they have cash available at closing of $20,000 and an additional line of credit of $20,000 in the second year, and they don't want that $20,000 at closing. You can say $0 at closing, and all that money will go into the line of credit. So now instead of 20, it'll be 40, and we'll be able to see that equity position over time and that line of credit grow over time. So very powerful. You can mix and match how much cash that they want to take at closing. So if they just want to take 10,000 of that 20, again, 30,000 in a line of credit, 10,000 at closing, you'll be able to see that line of credit growth rate. The other thing that's going to be happening and that we're going to currently testing is the ability to manipulate the appreciation rate. Right now it's fixed at 4, and we're going to change that from 0% appreciation all the way to 20. So you have the control on what you'd like to put there. It'll default to 4 since that's kind of the normal, but you can adjust that. So if you have a customer who is concerned about future appreciation, they want to go to 3 or 2%, you can manipulate that, or maybe they're more aggressive. So you can show that on the fly. The other thing is, when comparing a conventional purchase to a HECM, conventional purchase right now defaults to the max cash out or max cash at closing to a HECM. So we try to compare apples to apples right now. What we want to be able to do is have that flexibility, again, based on user feedback. Can we have the user flexibility to put a certain amount of down on the conventional? So maybe we want to just put 20% down or a certain dollar amount. You'll be able to do that, okay? And compare that to a HECM. So some great new changes coming. I think it's going to be really powerful, and your ability to convert and sell more HECMs out there in the country is going to be elevated. So thanks again for being a user. If you're not a user now, click down below, go to the app, and you can sign up and go from there. All right, take care.